Marshal shoots an armed fugitive on the south side this afternoon. That man was critically injured. It happened at Forest Home in Lincoln.
Jermont Terry has been live on the scene with the very latest. Jermont.
Yeah, Carol and Mike, Lincoln Avenue is still blocked off as police investigate this shooting. It was just before 2 o'clock when a short chase and foot pursuit started with officers from the U.S. Marshal. Now, they came to this area looking for a wanted man. The suspect's family identified that man as 28-year-old Mario Lopez. The U.S. Marshal says Lopez did not surrender, and they found him in a car on Lincoln Avenue. Officials say he ran from them in a car. That prompted officers to start a brief chase. Then he stopped the car on Forest Home, but he did not give up. Instead, officials say he showed a weapon and ran. Officers with the U.S. Marshal Office then started a brief foot chase. Several shots were fired. Witnesses say they heard at least 8 gunshots. Lopez's father says he can't understand why the U.S. Marshal opened fire.
I want them to tell me what they did to my boy, why they did this to my boy, because it's not justice, this is not fair. And if he's wanted, why didn't they just catch him when he was sleeping or something instead of just chasing him around, jeopardizing the lives of other people?
The subject revealed a weapon. Our officers engaged in fire with that subject. He was struck. He is in critical condition. He's been taken to a local hospital. He is not deceased. My officers are fine.
Now, the U.S. Marshal will not say exactly who opened fire first. All we know at this point is that suspect, Mr. Lopez, showed a gun to those U.S. Marshals, and then that's when the foot chase started and the gunfire was exchanged. Now, we will most definitely continue to follow the story. Obviously, the family raising some questions, but the big concern for many people in this area, this is a residential area. They were truly concerned by what they saw and heard out here, but we know at this point only that one wanted man was hit and critically injured in the hospital tonight. On your side, live on Milwaukee's South Side, Jermont Terry, today's TMJ4.
And Jermont, do you have any background information on the suspect? Any prior criminal activity at all?
Yeah, Carol, he has a very lengthy criminal history. Now, we want to point out that he was wanted by the U.S. Marshal. They just issued a warrant for his arrest in April, so that was just last month. He has a criminal history that, from what I glanced at quickly, that goes back to 2007. His father, however, points out that he was trying to turn his life around, but it is important to point out that the U.S. Marshal tried to stop him in the car. He didn't stop, and when he finally stopped the car, he continued to run from the U.S. Marshal, so they obviously he was not giving up at any point.
Okay, a lot of activity out there. Thank you very much, Jermont, joining us from the South.